Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman says government will try to bring in amendment in winter session of Parliament if needed to avoid cases like PMC Bank scam. Speaking to media after meeting victims of PMC Bank scam in Mumbai, Minister says she will talk to RBI Governor and convey urgency and distress of PMC Bank customers. Government security advisory to tourists in Kashmir ends. Governor Satyapal Malik directs authorities on Monday to lift restrictions imposed on tourists willing to visit the state. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi appears before Surat court in connection with defamation case filed against him, given time till 10th December for reply. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu departs for two-nation visit to Comoros and Sierra Leone. Number of agreements to be signed during Vice President's visit to the two countries. External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar meets visiting Foreign Affairs Minister of Thailand Don Pramudwinai in New Delhi. Several agreements in various areas to be inked during Thai Foreign Minister's three-day visit to India. In international news, Turkey launches ground offensive and air strikes in northern Syria. United Nations Security Council emergency meet on Syria today. India says it is deeply concerned at the unilateral military offensive by Turkey and that its actions can undermine stability in the region and the fight against terrorism. Says Turkey's action also has potential for causing humanitarian and civilian distress. In sports, India inches towards strong first innings total on day one of second test match against South Africa at Pune. Opener Mayank Agarwal continues rich form, hits his second test century. Six-time champion India's MC Mary Kom beats Rio Olympics bronze medalist Ingrid Valencia of Colombia 5-0 in quarterfinals of 51 kg division at Ulan-Ude in Russia. Hello and welcome to this edition of the news, and we begin the bulletin by going across directly live to listen in as Defence Minister Rajnath Singh speaks at Osmanabad.
मोदी जी फिर से प्रधानमंत्री, पार्लियामेंट का सेशन चालू हुआ। मोदी जी दोबारा प्रधानमंत्री बनने के बाद पहले सेशन में, पहले सत्र में कई सारे कयास लगाए जाते थे, और जब सत्र शुरू हुआ 5 अगस्त को राज्यसभा के अंदर मोदी जी धारा 370 हटाने का प्रस्ताव दिया। और मित्रों, 70 साल से जो धारा 370 देश के हर नागरिक के मन में कांटे की तरह चुभती थी। सबको लगता था कि भारत माता का मुकुटमणि हमारा कश्मीर, हमारा नहीं, हमारे और कश्मीर के बीच में ये धारा 370 है। कश्मीर के अंदर 40,000 लोग आतंकवाद की भेंट चढ़ गए, 40,000 लोग मारे गए। पाकिस्तान के आतंकवादियों ने कश्मीर को तबाह तहस नहस किया। मोदी जी ने 70 साल से किसी भी प्रधानमंत्री और किसी भी पार्टी ने जो साहस नहीं किया, वो प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने किया, और 370 आज इतिहास का हिस्सा। मित्रों, मैं आज तुलजापुर की जनता को बताने आया, जब धारा 370 हटाने का प्रस्ताव भारतीय जनता पार्टी लेकर गई, ये एनसीपी और कांग्रेस का है, वो क्या कर रहे हैं? पहले आप मुझे बताओ तुलजापुर वालों, ये धारा 370 हटनी चाहिए थी या नहीं हटनी चाहिए? सुनाई नहीं पड़ा, जोर से बोलो, हटनी चाहिए थी या नहीं हटनी? इस शरद राव को सुनाई पड़े, ऐसे बोलो, हटनी चाहिए थी या नहीं हटनी चाहिए थी? राहुल गांधी को सुनाई पड़े, ऐसे बोलो, हटनी चाहिए थी या नहीं हटनी चाहिए थी? अब आप सभी कह रहे हो हटनी चाहिए थी। कांग्रेस और शरद पवार ने कहा इसको संभाल कर रखो, हमें वोट लेने में काम में आती। मित्रों, जब एक कांग्रेस वाले एनसीपी वाले यहां प्रचार करने के लिए आए, तब उनको पूछना कि धारा 370 जब मोदी जी हटा रहे थे, आपने खिलाफ में वोट क्यों डाला? क्या आपके लिए देश की सुरक्षा कोई मायने नहीं रखती है? क्या आपके लिए इस देश में से आतंकवाद को हटाना कोई मायने नहीं रखता है? क्या आपके लिए कश्मीर का विकास कोई मायने नहीं रखता है? सिर्फ आपके बेटे, बेटी, दामाद, भतीजा, चाचा, साले, साली, इन लोगों को ही चुनाव जिताना है या देश का भला भी?
Welcome back to studios. That was a live telecast from Osmanabad in Maharashtra. You were just listening in as Union Home Minister and BJP Chief Amit Shah was speaking there, addressing his audience. He spoke about the necessity of abrogation of special status under Article 370 and various issues related to it. And back in the bulletin, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today met a group of distressed customers of Cooperative Bank in Mumbai this afternoon just before she addressed a press conference in the city. She said that customers are upset over the revised 25,000 rupees limit on withdrawals imposed by the Reserve Bank of India, saying it is still too little. She added that a meeting on the issue will take place with secretaries of the ministry and RBI representatives. She further added that they have been asked to look at the ways in which the respective acts will have to be amended. She added that these amendments can be brought in the upcoming winter session of Parliament.
I have asked the secretaries of my ministry, both the Department of Economic Affairs and the Banking Secretary, to work together with the Rural Development Ministry and the Urban Development Ministry to make sure that multi-state cooperatives, which also run banks under some cooperative act, and being multi-state, they are monitored, they are at least registered with the central government. I have asked the secretaries of the ministry to study in detail as to what is happening. Of course, the representative from the Reserve Bank also will be in the meeting to understand where there were shortcomings, what happened, and also to therefore, if necessary, look at the ways in which the respective acts will have to be amended. If necessary, in the forthcoming winter session of the Parliament itself, we will be bringing in any regulation, any amendments which may be necessitated.
Sitharaman also said that she will speak with the RBI governor this evening on the Punjab-Maharashtra Cooperative Bank crisis.
I will once again, I've already been talking with the Governor Reserve Bank. Once again this evening, I shall talk to him and convey the sense of urgency and distress that the clients of PMC have expressed before me, and I shall request him to expedite the clearing off or giving permission for withdrawal of their monies which are deposited.
On September 24, the RBI restrained PMC Bank from carrying out a majority of its routine business for a period of 6 months. Subsequently, on September 27, the ED had launched a separate probe into the alleged money laundering case and raided 6 locations in Mumbai. The investigating agency also seized various movable assets, including the private jet and cars of housing, development and infrastructure promoters Rakesh and Sarang Wadhavan in connection with the PMC Bank case. And good news for those who want to visit Jammu and Kashmir. Travel restrictions to visit J&K ends from today. The decision to withdraw the advisory was taken by the state governor after a situation cum security in review meeting with advisors and chief secretary of Jammu and Kashmir. Security restrictions have been withdrawn from several parts of J&K over the past few weeks. In addition, the governor has been paying attention. To bring back life to its normal pace in the state, the J&K administration had issued a security advisory on August 2nd, 2019, asking Amarnath Yatra pilgrims and other tourists to make an exit from Kashmir without delay, citing an impending terror threat in the valley. President Ramnath Kovind today presented the prestigious President's colours to the Army Aviation Corps at a ceremony in Nashik. The President, who is also the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, awarded the colours at a grand ceremonial parade held at the Combat Army Aviation Training School at Nashik Road. The presentation of colours by the President is an acknowledgement of the meritorious service rendered by the Army Aviation Corps over the years. President's colours is a visible symbol of excellence and has been earned through dedication and worthy contribution both during war and peace.
You have been true force multipliers in some of the most inhospitable terrain and adverse climate conditions in the world. I take this opportunity to convey my best wishes to all ranks and families of the entire Army Aviation Corps community. The Indian Army and the nation are proud of you. We take the solemn vow to defend the borders as well as sovereignty of our country against all odds. I am confident that we will fulfill this vow and uphold the dignity of our nation and our people, whatever be the cost, and strive for excellence in all our endeavors.
Vice President Venkaiah Naidu today left for the first ever high-level visit to Comoros and Sierra Leone, highlighting the priority attached to deepening sustained India-Africa ties. During the visit, the Vice President will hold talks with top leadership of these countries to give a new momentum to bilateral ties as part of India's Africa outreach policy. The Vice President's trip is the first ever high-level visit from India to the two countries. Earlier in a tweet, the Vice President said that India and Africa have a shared history and are inheritors of a rich cultural legacy. He added that India and Africa are also witnessing rapid economic growth, rising standards of health and education, increasing gender parity and expanding infrastructure and connectivity. He also added that he looks forward to productive delegation-level talks and fruitful interactions with heads of states, other dignitaries and Indian diaspora. He also hoped this visit will strengthen people-to-people contacts and bilateral ties between both the countries. India is awaiting the arrival of Chinese President Xi Jinping for the second informal summit with Prime Minister Narendra Modi at Mamallapuram in Tamil Nadu. Multi-layered security has been put in place at Mamallapuram. The Chinese President will reach Chennai in the afternoon tomorrow and head to a hotel in Chennai, from where he will reach the venue by road. Prime Minister Modi will be arriving at Chennai tomorrow. And joining us now is our correspondent Amritpal Singh from Mamallapuram for the latest from there. Amritpal Singh, all-important meeting, summit-level talks between Prime Minister Modi and Xi Jinping scheduled for tomorrow and the day after. Give us a sense of the significance of this meet in the context of India-China ties as they stand now.
Well, this is the informal talks, the second round of informal talks between Prime Minister Modi and President Xi. Remember last year in Wuhan, the two leaders had held a freewheeling discussion at Wuhan where they took a walk, they took a boat ride, and without a laid out format, had a freewheeling talk about how to take the relationship forward, and very significant outcomes on strategic military guidance by both leaders to their respective militaries had come about to avoid situations like Doklam or improve the CBMs between the two militaries, because we have an unresolved border about 4,000 kilometers of the LAC, what is called as the line of actual control. So there are mechanisms in place to sort of resolve that, but that has dragged on for a very long time. The special representative talks have been going on since 2003, and no solution seems to be in sight right now. But till that happens, till the border is resolved, how to avoid any sort of military conflicts of the nature of either Doklam or a small level of incursions or transgressions or perceived incursions and transgressions that take place, because there's a difference of perception on where the border lies. So tomorrow, when the two leaders meet, essentially it will be in the setting of this Mamlapuram, the heritage city of Mamlapuram, where the heritage sites of the Krishna's butterball, Arjuna's parents, and also the Panch Rathas, the Prime Minister will be taking the Chinese President there, and then a cultural program for him will be organized and a dinner at the Shore Temple here in Mamlapuram itself. And really the talks happen in a format on the next day, that is on the 12th. Now, when the two leaders have a one-on-one and later delegation level talks follow, where the Indian National Security Advisor, who is also the special representative, and the Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi, who is also the Chinese special representative on border talks, also External Affairs Minister Dr. S Jaishankar will be present, apart from, of course, the officials like Foreign Secretary and others dealing with Indo-China issues. So the idea is to take the relationship to the next level, be it in terms of defense cooperation, in terms of security cooperation, in terms of anti-terror cooperation, in terms of trade, in terms of people-to-people contact. So I think that is going to be the focus of these informal round of second talks that will happen post-Wuhan. The first round which happened in China, and now the second round is happening here in India.
Right, Amritpal, thank you so much for joining us there and for giving us those inputs. And moving on, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh said that the response of the French industries to India's offers for investments surpassed expectations. Speaking exclusively to our correspondent Rudranath Sanyal in Paris at the end of his 4-day visit, Singh said the perception that India is a big economy will grow further.
उम्मीद से भी ज़्यादा रिस्पांस हुआ है आपका विजिट, क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
बहुत ही अच्छा रिस्पांस रहा है और मैं ये मानता हूँ कि ये फ्रांस की यात्रा बहुत ही सफल रही है
और यहाँ के लोग
और फ्रूटफुल भी रही है।
यहाँ के लोग कह रहे हैं कि इंडिया अभी एक अमीर देश है। हम लोग पूछ रहे थे लोगों से, आम जनता से, so they were saying India is a rich country.
नहीं, अब तो इंडिया तो इस समय इकोनॉमी की साइज की दृष्टि से देखा जाए तो वर्ल्ड की टॉप 6 कंट्रीज में तो आ ही चुका है। और हम लोगों की कोशिश यह है कि भारत दुनिया की टॉप 3 कंट्रीज में इकोनॉमी की साइज के आधार पर खड़ा हो सके।
So you think this perception will grow now? This is the beginning.
आपको बढ़ेगा ही, प्रतिवर्ष बढ़ रहा है और बढ़ेगा
इंडिया का इमेज।
बिल्कुल, और वर्ल्ड की टॉप 3 इकोनॉमीज में भारत आएगा।
External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar today met the visiting Foreign Affairs Minister of Thailand, Don Pramudwinai, in New Delhi. Both leaders will also participate in the 8th Joint Commission meeting between India and Thailand. Several agreements in various areas are to be inked during Thai Foreign Minister's 3-day visit to India. And now for some updates from The poll-bound state of Maharashtra and Haryana. In Maharashtra, the electoral campaign is picking up with leaders across party lines holding mega rallies throughout the state. BJP chief Amit Shah addressed public rallies in Sangli and Akkalkot in Solapur in Maharashtra. Addressing a rally in Sangli, he said that Prime Minister Modi removed the usage of triple talaq and abrogated Article 370 and 35A from J&K in the first session of Parliament. After returning to power, he also slammed NCP and Congress for their stance on Article 370.
कांग्रेस पार्टी और एनसीपी दोनों धारा 370 हटाने का विरोध कर रहे थे, मोदी जी का विरोध। मैं पूछना चाहता हूं कांग्रेस पार्टी के नेता राहुल गांधी और शरद रावत को, शरद पवार जी बताए महाराष्ट्र की जनता को, सांगली की जनता को, जब की जनता को कि आप धारा 370 हटाने के पक्ष में है या नहीं है, महाराष्ट्र की जनता जानना था। और मैं पूछना चाहता हूं जब पूरा देश चाहता था कि कश्मीर भारत का भिन्न अंग बने।
The BJP president also complimented Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis for his work towards carving a new and developed Maharashtra. Slamming the Congress, Amit Shah said that the Congress is still trapped in dynastic politics.
इकट्ठा होकर मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं, देवेंद्र फडणवीस के नेतृत्व में चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं और दूसरी ओर कांग्रेस और एनसीपी की परिवारवादी पार्टियां।
The Modi government works with the aim that ensuring prompt redressal of public grievances must be the prime concern of officers. In line, the Modi government has registered a record performance in redressal of public grievances. More than 12,77,000 public grievances have been disposed of till now in the current year, while over 60 lakh grievances have been redressed till now since 2014. Grievance redressal rate has been over 95% under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. PM Modi himself keeps an eye on grievance redressal mechanism. Public Grievances Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh many a times talks to the complainant to check the status. It is to be noted that the rate of public grievances redressal was much low during the previous government's tenure. Public grievance redressal is one of the flagship initiatives for the reformation in governance started by the central government through addressing grievances of the general public. And Jal Shakti Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat flagged off the rafting expedition organized by National Mission for Clean Ganga in Devprayag today. The month-long river rafting expedition between Devprayag in Uttarakhand and Ganga Sagar in West Bengal will conclude on the 12th of November. A 9-member team of swimmers and rafters from the 3 services of the armed forces, led by acclaimed international open water swimmer wing commander Paramveer Singh, are taking part in the expedition. This is the first ever effort by National Mission for Clean Ganga to raft across the entire stretch of the river, and also the longest ever social campaign through an adventure sporting activity to raise awareness about the ecological problems in the Ganga. Speaking on the occasion, the minister said that the government is committed towards conservation of river Ganga, while adding that a total of 298 projects have been launched for the cause.
मुझे आज अत्यंत प्रसन्नता है कि पिछले वर्षों में जिस दृष्टिकोण से जिस तरह से माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में काम हुआ है, आदरणीय उमा भारती जी ने जिस काम की सूत्रपात किया था, आज 298 से ज्यादा परियोजनाएं काम कर रही हैं या जिन पर काम हो रहा है, और उन 298 परियोजनाओं में 150 से ज्यादा सीवेज ट्रीटमेंट की परियोजनाएं गंगोत्री से लेकर के और गंगा सागर तक सब जगह गंगा को शुद्ध बनाए रखने के लिए हम प्रयासरत हैं और काम कर रहे हैं। 1150 करोड़ रुपए के लागत से बनने वाली ये परियोजनाओं में से अधिकांश परियोजनाएं पूरी हुई हैं या लगभग पूरी होने के कगार पर है।
Union Minister for Jal Shakti Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, while inaugurating the rafting expedition, said that the government is committed towards conservation of the Ganga. Moving on, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi today appeared before a Surat court in connection with a defamation case filed against him. The court has asked Rahul Gandhi to file his reply till the 10th of December. The case filed by a BJP leader pertains to a statement made by Gandhi during a rally in Karnataka ahead of the 2019 Lok Sabha elections. Rahul Gandhi is also facing 2 defamation suits in Ahmedabad. Coincidentally, the date of hearing for this falls tomorrow, that is the 11th of October. Information and Broadcasting Secretary Amit Shah today said that Indian cinema showcases Indian diplomacy. Addressing a seminar on film certification and regulation of online content in Mumbai's films division, Amit Shah said that cinema is among the highest revenue and employment generating industries.
Cinema is important because it is a very important revenue earning sector of the society. If you take the government's perspective, one, the growth rate is more than 11.4%. It's a very, very good growth rate that the sector is seeing. Second, which is even more important, is that it directly employs 1.5 million, more than 15 lakh people are directly employed. Third, which is equally important, particularly in the recent times, that cinemas also help in building image of the country. And Indian cinema does promote Indian diplomacy.
And moving on now to cricket, India's opener Mayank Agarwal hit his 2nd century in successive matches on Thursday to push South Africa onto the back foot. On the opening day of the 2nd test, Agarwal, who made a double century in India's opening win, completed another 100 with a boundary of Vernon Philander in Pune. At stumps, India were 273 for 3 in 85.1 overs, with skipper Virat Kohli on 63, while vice-captain Ajinkya Rahane giving him company on 18. Paceman Kagiso Rabada struck early to claim Rohit Sharma's wicket, but after that India clawed back. Mayank and Pujara added 138 runs for the 2nd wicket. Pujara became Rabada's 2nd victim for 58. Agarwal, who also scored a double century in Visakhapatnam, completed his century, his 2nd test century. Kagiso Rabada got his 3rd wicket as he had the century, and Mayank Agarwal caught at slips for 108 runs. The highlight of the day was Agarwal's approach against fast bowling and Chiteshwar Pujara's perfect technique while tackling the spinners. Victory for India in a series will see them beat the record of 10 straight home series wins they share with Australia. And that's all we have for you in this edition of the news. News and updates continue on DD News and DD India. Stay tuned. Namaskar.
खबरें कठोर इरादों की, खबरें अनगिनत हौसलों की, खबरें सपनों की ऊंची उड़ानों की, खबरें सोच बदलने की, खबरें असंभव से आगे निकल जाने की।
गुड न्यूज इंडिया जरूर देखता हूँ। और वहाँ पे पता चलता है कि हमारे देश के किस किस कोने में कितने कितने लोग किस किस प्रकार से अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं।
सकारात्मक सोच, सकारात्मक खबरें।
A quick look at the day's top news. 100 big stories from across the country and the world.